everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Yashita Marwa. I'm a pattern designer. In this video, we are going to learn how to create seamless patterns in Procreate featuring Ditsy patterns. So before I start with the video, let me just explain it to you what are Ditsy patterns. Ditsy patterns are tiny, small florals which you might have seen either in vintage florals or on some beddings or on some women dress or on kids pattern. They are very popular, and there's also one brand which I really adore, Liberty Patterns from UK. You can also check out their designs. They do a lot of Ditsy florals, and Ditsy florals are nothing but they just are randomly arranged florals or scatteredly arranged florals. They are not the patterns which you find arranged in a linear format or in a grid format. So they are very interesting, and we are also going to create the illustration of the same, and we are going to create a basic repeat after we create the illustration. So without further ado, let's get this started.
So before I start, we are going to take a quick canvas size. So I want to make a seamless Ditsy repeat pattern. So I'm going to go to new canvas here. I'm going to go to plus icon over here, and I'm going to take 3500 by 3500 pixels under dimensions. So width and height both 3500 by 3500 and DPI 300. And the color profile, I'm keeping it RGB and I'm keeping display P3. If you do not have this option, you can turn this one on, the other one. And now I'm gonna create the canvas. So once I've created the canvas, what I'm gonna do is, the rule is whatever you're going to create, so you are going to create it in this part. So nothing should go on the edge, nothing should be cut. Everything, whatever comes or whatever you're going to create, it should come only inside this box, not beyond that box. So that's the only rule. And another rule is that whatever you're going to draw, let's say you're going to draw a petal, it shouldn't be like this. It should be flowy and curvy. So basically when you're drawing a petal like this, you have to make it flowy. So whatever, even if you're creating it like this, you have to make it as flowy as possible. So these are the rules which we are going to follow. First is that you have to put everything inside the box, and the other is that you have to draw flowy petals. So now I already have a palette attached to it. So it's a very cute little palette. I don't want to go a little bold, but I wanted to make it look fun palette. And also Ditsy flowers are very popular in apparels, especially when you are making a women's dress or a kid's pattern, you know, small little flowers. They look very cute together. So let's start, and I'll start with 3 petal flower first. So from the palette you can take the third color, and for this I'm gonna take Baskerville brush under inking, but I would like to make some changes here. So basically this brush is very flowy. I know that we want to do a flowy pattern, but I think it's too flowy. So what we're gonna do here is, I'm just gonna go inside this brush. I am going to stabilization, and I am going to reduce the pressure 20% and the stabilization amount also around 20 to 25%, so that it's less flowy and all under control. So this is what we're going to make change, because I'm using this brush because of the flow, also of the texture of the brush, you know, but we don't want to make it very flowy that it goes out of our control and you do not know what to do. So yeah, so let's start. So I'm gonna start with the pink color, and I'm gonna create a bigger flower. And as I mentioned, the flowy petals, this time I'm creating 3 petal flower. My brush size here is around 40%, and I'm just gonna create a small circle like this, just for our own understanding. And then further I'm going to create a flowy petal attached. So basically I'm creating 3 petal, and all the petals can be in different directions, because we wanted to make it look more flowy, not very something which is like very straightforward. We want to make it little bit more flowy and not directional. So I'm gonna create this petal, so again in a different direction, and you can see that I have not created the same petal. So all the petals can be in different direction and can have different shapes. And once you're done with this, you can just simply drag and drop the color to fill it. Yeah, so this is how we create this. And in case you want to further make changes to any of the shape or something, if for example I want this part to be curved, so I'll just make curves around the joints here. So once you're done with this, now I'm gonna put this on alpha lock. I don't want to complicate it using clipping mask, but I will apply the alpha lock so that whatever I'm going to create texture, so it should be there inside the shape. Let me show you an example. I will take a darker color now, whatever color you pick up. Like for example, if you take peach, take a darker peach color, and then you're gonna take Pandani brush under inking, and my brush size here is around 20 to 30%, and then I'm gonna try to create the texture like this. So again, it's a very nice texture, you can see. What I would recommend is that you try to apply more pressure towards the center, and as soon as you go on the main petal, you can apply lesser and lesser pressure. You can adjust the brush size accordingly because sometimes the petal is bigger and smaller. So basically you can just simply apply a little bit of texture like this, followed by you can take any other color. Let's say I'm taking a yellow color and I'm going to create a small dot using either this Baskerville or the Pandani brush. So basically I would like to have a little bit of texture on my flower along with that one small dot. So we are done with one flower. Similarly, I'm gonna create few more flowers like this in different colors and in different shapes. Let's say I'm gonna take a different color like purple, and now I'm going to create 4 petal flowers. So the deal is same. I'm gonna take the same Baskerville brush and I'm gonna create, so I'm not creating it in a straight line. Basically I'm just creating it somewhere here, and I'm going to create 4 petal flower. So this time again I'm gonna create it different shapes, some of them smaller, some of them bigger, and this is how you create, maybe a little bigger, and then followed by I'll just drag and drop the color. Similarly, what you have to do is you have to make changes in case you want to make changes after you've color filled it before applying alpha lock. So you apply the alpha lock now, take up a little brighter or a darker color, and then you go to Pandani brush, and then you try to create similar type of texture on the petal because I don't want the petals to be flat. You can see the position of the hand movement of my brush. So I'm just doing it like a doodle because I just don't want the edges and everything to be straight. Followed by I will take like a white or a cream color which is there in the palette, and I'll try to add with the same Pandani or Baskerville brush one small dot like this. Here we go. Then I think we are done with 4 petal flowers, 3 petal flowers. Now let's do 5 petal flower. So I'm taking a peach color, I'm taking a different layer, and then I'm gonna do the 5 petal flower. So again I'm just gonna draw a circle, and followed by I will take, so the process remains same. It's very easy. It should fit 5 petal flowers. Make sure there are no gaps or something, and then followed by I'll just drag and drop the color. So something like this. Once I have something like this, I will do the same method again. You can also pick up a different color, like maybe you want to make it 2-colored flower. So this time I've taken like a peach pink color, and then followed by I'll just do, but I have to be in the similar palette only. I do pink this time, and then followed by I'll take a different contrasting color for the inner circle for the detail. Here we are. Now I'm going to create maybe a 3 petal flower again or 4 petal flower again, and maybe I'll see what I can do, but I will create it in a different color. So I've taken peach pink, maybe I'll take like this color, lighter pink this time, and using the same formula I'm gonna create a different flower. So this time I'm creating the circle, but I'm not gonna join them together, all the petals. So let me create like a 4 petal flower only, but I'm not gonna join them together. Okay, and you can see that I'm actually creating it like a doodle sort of a thing, but I don't want it to look like a doodle, and once I try to fill it and make the shapes proper, it doesn't look like a doodle at all. So, and then I'll do the same method again, alpha lock, taking a darker color and then applying using the Pandani brush quickly I'm gonna do this. And for the center, I always prefer taking a contrasting color. So let's say I'm using this, so maybe I'll just use like a pink or a lighter pink or yellow, whatever. So I'll just try to do something like this. Now followed by, I've already done this. So I made very small flowers. So let me just try to make it a little big. Usually I prefer doing the bigger flowers only. Like you can rotate it also. Just make it a little big. But again, the rule is that it should not go until the edge. And then followed by these. Now I would want that I should also make one bunch sort of a thing. And so maybe I'll just add a new layer. So I'm taking a pink color here. And then followed by, I'll just create bunch of flowers on a new layer. So every time we add a flower, I'll just add a new layer also for me to be easier. So I'm creating heart shape flower petals, again in different directions. It doesn't have to be like straight everything, very uniform. Just make it casual so that, you know, it looks more natural. So I'm creating like a flower bunch sort of a thing here. Again, I'm sometimes creating 3 petals or 4 petals, something like this sort of a thing. And then followed by, I will take like a different color, maybe orange or pink or whatever. And then maybe I'll just add 1 dot just for the texture. You can also add little bit of pandani, but I think it will hardly be visible here. So maybe I'll just, once I've done something like this, maybe I can just duplicate and try to put it in few other places as well. But if it is overlapping, let's say I've tried to put it here. If it is overlapping, I will try that I can erase something. So maybe I'll just erase few flowers so that it doesn't overlap at all. Similarly, I'll keep duplicating so that I can just fill up few spaces, but make sure that it's not everywhere and it's not the same. Like for example, you can rotate it, it's not in the same direction also. So I'll just put it here. So maybe I'll just try to, you know, erase few things here and there, and yeah. So I just don't want it to make it look prominent again. So I'll just try to duplicate 3-4 times until I am satisfied. And once I'm done with this, now I think I've added few bunches around it. Maybe you can add few more. Now I'll go add a new layer, take up a green color. So I have 2 green colors, so I'll not do all the leaves in the same. So basically I'm gonna add a new layer and I'm gonna attach the leaves. So the leaves are also, sometimes you're gonna attach it with the flower. That doesn't mean you have to join it, but it should look like a part of the flower. So I'm gonna make it again very basic ones, sometimes in different directions. So I'm gonna first take 1 green color and try to put the leaves, sometimes in combination of 2 leaves together, and sometimes a single leaf also would work. So I'm just gonna add this, and maybe you can add like a small stem also. It's up to you. Like you can try to be as creative as you can with these leaves. So you can create like with the stem or like without the stem. It's up to you, but just be, you know, creative in terms of leaves. So let me just quickly fill up the leaves here. Here we go. And you have to balance the design. As in, balancing is like, for example, if you're doing it on one of the sides, make sure the color has to go on the other sides as well. Something like this. Here we are. So I'm not touching a lot of the edge, as you can already see. Now I'm gonna pick up the second green color and I'm gonna do the same thing. So I've already picked up this. So I'll take a yellowish green I have, and I'll follow the same. I'll try to draw the similar type of leaves here also. Again, very flowy, not very directional. Here we are. I think most likely we are done. Again, I can apply like 2 leaves also somewhere, and I'm left with few more spaces here, but I'll see what I can do. So I think maybe I can add, once I'm done with the whole process like this, I feel that maybe I can add few more smaller flowers here. So maybe I can just add a different colored flower on a new layer, because I think it's going I think when I'm adding at the center, there is too many leaves which I don't want it. So I'm not actually putting it in one direction, so I'll have to actually create everything in different directions too. So wherever I'm finding space now, I'm just adding a different colored flower. Here we are. So I'm adding small hearts also wherever I have some space, but not too much because I don't want it to make it look very like fuller. So something like this. So again, if you want to apply a little bit of texture to this, maybe you can just go to this, apply alpha lock and take up a darker color and just apply like a small texture on all of these flowers just to make it look less flat. Here we are. We are done with this part now. So now what I'll do is, because I want that I should also have a backup of all these flowers I have done. So I'll go back to the gallery, swipe and duplicate the whole design because I want it as a backup before making it a seamless repeat. Once I do that, I'm just gonna merge all the layers together because I already have the backup, so I think it's pretty well sorted. Once I'm done with this, I'm just gonna add a new layer above it. I'm gonna take a black or any other darker color, drop it like this, and I'm gonna just change the opacity. Once I do that, I'm just gonna select both the layers by swiping like this, put them in one group, and then duplicate 3 times because we have to fit every box in one quadrant. So we are, after duplicating, we are done with this. And the reason I'm adding another layer and I'm not doing it on the same layer is because when I try to select the group, everything gets selected on the canvas, which I want, so that the seamless repeat is proper. Now I will go to arrow and I'll make sure the designer is not zoomed in. It should be zoomed out like this. I go to arrow and make sure the snapping and magnetics here is on. Then I will go one by one. I'll go to the top group and I'll do this again. Once I see the yellow line, yeah, then I go to the second group. I'll go here, yeah, then I go to the third group. I go here. I think it should be proper, yeah. Then I go to the last group and I try to put it here. Now I think this is proper one because I'm not getting any line at the center. And once I get that, I will try to delete every dark layer I have, and maybe I can merge here all of the stuff. So now the edges are secure, everything is secure. Now I can put some more details inside it. So we have to cover this plus icon so that we do not have a proper shape or something. So what I'll try to do now is I'll select the color which I already have and try to create new flowers. So quickly I'm gonna fill all these areas I have. So I'll try to create the smaller flowers here. You can do anything, like maybe you can create smaller flowers and you can create leaves, anything, but it should match the vibe what you have been doing it for now. So maybe I'll try to use this, and maybe I'll try to take like a yellow color, and we're done with one flower. You can also put the bunches what you have drawn, you can also do that. Anyway, so I'm gonna add few leaves also because I think leaves are also missing from here. So maybe I just create few leaves here and there so that there is no space at all, and I'll try to make it using the same colors as well. So quickly gonna fill this space as well. Now I'll add a few of these bunches. You can also pick it up from the other layer as well, but I think I prefer drawing it as per my needs. So I'm just gonna fill this up with these tiny little flowers I tried to put it, and I'll make sure that they look quite natural. So as in it should look like a part of what we had done earlier. So maybe I'll add a few more here. So basically these smaller bunches helps a lot when you are creating a seamless repeat. And once I'm done with this, maybe I'll just add smaller strokes of the flowers so that they look complete. Here we are done with this. Now let's start validating how the print looks like. So now I will try to validate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna merge all the layers by pinching them. I will go to the arrow and I'll try to reduce the size of it and put it in one quadrant. I will duplicate it and I will try to put this here. Duplicate this and try to put this here. So this is how you are going to get like a seamless repeat. You can also try taking a different background color and try to experiment a little bit more, and this is how you create the basic seamless repeat. And we have added Ditsy Florals here, but I will be sharing a new tutorial wherein I will be doing some complex repeats on Procreate, and I'll see you.
So I hope you understood the whole process of creating illustrations and creating the repeat. And you can also try different versions of florals, if not Ditsy, using the same method of repeating. And I would love to see the final patterns. So you can also send it to me on Lucky Ray Designs. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and comment. And please subscribe to the channel for coming up videos. I'm also planning to do a little bit complex repeat pattern because this was very simple and I wanted to do that. So you can also comment down below what kind of repeat styles do you want me to do. So I will surely create a video around it. And also I have so many other courses available. If you're looking for something which is very specific, you can also try looking on my website learn.luckyray.com and you will find so many other courses. I have more than 24 courses which are available on different themes like tropical, Mughal, botanical and rest of them. So you can also check out, and until then I'll see you in the new video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.